hours. So mainly we'll be seeing mechanical modeling as well as electrical modeling, and the things will be repetitive. So you might not understand everything in this session, but after this session I will upload the video, I will upload the same my handwritten things, so you will understand everything. And now I want the session to be more interactive because we are having 2 hours in our hand, so there is no hurry. Okay, so please ask doubts if you are having. I'm not listening many of the doubts that you are having, but if you are having any kind of doubt, let it be very small. So this is not a regular lecture. We are having all the time in our hand. So please ask doubts. And this session recording also you should listen repetitively. There is nothing difficult, only the same type of numerical we are doing. So some of numerical I am doing from my handwritten notes, and some will be done from book, or there are other books also, that is Gopal, Nagraj Gopal, all those things you can do. Okay, so let us start with the mathematical modeling. So this one numerical will go for 1 hour, because what all things we are going to do. So I would ask you to have pen and paper with you, and if possible you have to draw some diagram, because when I go in the next page you might not be able to see this. So just don't listen, keep on drawing it, and draw very fast. Let it be a rough kind of a thing, so keep drawing very fast, because I'm not doing it in the class. So had I been doing it in the class, you would have taken notes. So keep drawing very fast. I'll be giving you a little time for that, because whenever I go to the next page, you will not be able to visualize this circuit diagram. So this is a system. Question is the same. You have to find the transfer function. So in this case, transfer function can be, so what all transfer functions are possible? So more than solving numerical, I'm asking you to understand the fundamentals. So here what we find is, here there are two outputs. So x1t can be one output, x2t can be one output, and what all things are there, what all things are not there, you have to say this. Initial numerical, whatever we had solved, there was one baseline here, and on the baseline was also fixed. So whatever you are finding in the left side, okay, so this kind of thing was there below as well. If you are having that numerical, please open that and you will find it. So but in this case it is a hanging system, so don't think here there will be a friction or there will be a wheel required. No, because in this case there is no bottom surface, only there is a, so this is a hanging kind of a thing. Okay, so this is a cantilever kind of a thing. So this is a wall, fixed wall, and from there is coming a damper or dashpot, and there is coming a spring, and on that there is a mass, and this mass is being pushed in the left to right side. So the force is given here. So force Ft is given to mass m1, and between mass m1 and mass m2 there is a spring again, k2. So this k2 will be common for x1 node as well as x2 node. So we have seen what is the node. So output is x and input is f. So this is actually the mechanical system. There is FV system. So why this numerical is going to go for 1 whole hour? Because what all things we will do is, first we will find out what is the transfer function of this system, or at least we will write the equation of this system. And second is we will convert this thing into FV analogy, that is force voltage analogy, and then we will convert this thing into force current analogy. So whatever numerical we give, one I give you and I can ask you other two. That means I can give you mechanical numerical, I can ask you to convert into electrical. Now electrical there are two types, FV and FI. So there is nothing to get confused about, because all the terms and all those things we know now. Only thing is how to do it. So more numericals we solve, we understand exactly how it is. So this is the equivalent circuit, or this is called as free body diagram. So whenever you get this kind of a model, so first thing you have to understand that there is no friction, there is no wheel, because this is a hanging system. So those things are not required. And second thing is the force is given to m1. Generally what we understand is this m2, this is the last towards the end, so here the force should be given. Not necessary, I can give force only on m2 as well. So I can give force on m1, I can give force on m2. And another important thing, that is in between these two masses can be, there can be another mass. Okay, so in case of k2 there can be another m, so m also can be common. Okay, so in that case how to write the equation, figure out. So first draw the free body diagram. So while drawing the free body diagram, we find that this force is acting on x1. So force is connected to x1. So this is Ft. Then M, B, and K. So all are one. They are like this. All are parallel. So in this case, F, M, B, and K all are in parallel. So like this. Okay, and this is connected to node x1t. So there is a node. And then between node x1t and x2t, common thing is K2, that is the spring 2, K2 constant. And there is the x2. Okay, so there is the x2 node. So x2 node is actually having two things. One is K2 and M2. So you are finding x2. X2 is not exactly like a node, but you can say it's a point, because node has to have three branches. But in this point, there is only two branches. So this K2 can be written here. This K2 can be written here as well. So between K2 M2 surface. Okay, X2 can be written, X2 can be written here, or X2 can be written here. That is at the K2 M2 surface. Both are same. Samely, X1 can be written here, or X1 can be written here as well. Okay, likewise. So still students are joining. Okay, so likewise, so what is the free body diagram? This is F, M1, K1, B. So these three things and input force. This is the first thing. Previous numerical we had done, the force was here after M2. So in that case, M2 and F, they were coming in parallel. But in this case, the difference is F is coming to the left side, that is the M1, B1, K1, and this is the free body diagram. Now K2 and X2 like this, and we are supposed to write equation. So writing equation is very important. So here it is written that force is applied to M1, not M2. So keep your mind open. So the force can be connected to M1, M2, anything. Okay, so now force equation at node 1. So this is the main thing we are supposed to write. So left side is Ft. So this is the input. So this is like that Vt, and all the three are dissipation. So like we have a RLC circuit. So we are giving a voltage V, and voltage is getting dissipated, or voltage is getting dropped across resistance, capacitance, inductor. Exactly the same thing. We are giving the force here, and force is getting dissipated across mass. The formula is M1 d2 x1 t dt, because it is only connected to x1 and ground. Okay, and then k1, so this is k1 into x1t, then b1 into dx1t dt. I don't think there is any doubt here. And this k2 is also connected to the node x1t. So whenever you are writing the equation of k2, we have to see that k2 is connected between x1 and x2. So both the ends of k2 are having two different displacements. You can find here, left side of k2 is having displacement of x1, the right side of k2 is having displacement of x2. So that thing should depict here, that thing should get displayed here. So whatever k2 we are writing, k2 equation we are writing, as we are writing the equation with respect to x1t, so first we have to write k2 x1 minus x2, because we are now writing the equation with respect to x1 node. That's why whenever we are writing for k2 x1, will come first. So this is the main equation that we have to write. So Ft is the input, M1 d2 x1t dt2 plus K1 x1t. This is the zeroth order dynamics, this is the second order dynamics, and B1 is called as a first order dynamics. So B1 dx1t dt. So we know that dx1t dt is nothing but Vt. So in case we write B1 Vt, here we can write acceleration t, at also we can write here, and x is the displacement, dx1t dt is the velocity, d2x1t dt2 is the acceleration. So all this model we will require in the fifth chapter while doing the state space analysis. So there we'll be doing the modeling of the same thing by state variable analysis. So again, another time you have to come to all this equations, and in the fifth chapter. So all this same numericals we will be doing. So here we are doing transfer function based modeling. There we will do state variable based modeling. So I don't think there is any doubt here. So there are 5 components connected to this x1. One is the input voltage Ft, another is M1 d2 x1t dt2, K1 x1t, B1 dx1t dt, and K2 into x1 minus x2. Likewise. Now you have to do Laplace transform, and there is no initial condition present. So Ft becomes Fs. This become M1 s square. So whenever there is double differentiation, s square. K1 is not having any differentiation, so K1 x1s. B1, here another s will come because this is first order of differentiation. That's why s x1s plus K2 x1s minus K2 x2s. Now from here, what you have to do is branch or bunch all the x1 in one side. So we have bunched all the x1 in one side and x2 in another side. Now who can I do the x1 by f transfer function here? We cannot do because x2 is here. So I can ask you the transfer function as x1s by fs, because x1 is the output, because x1 is the displacement. So there can be two transfer function possible from this numerical. One is x1s by fs, another is x2s by fs. So x2 can be output for some system, x1 can be output for some system. Both are possible and both we can do. So how to do x2 by fs we will see later on, but first let us find out how to do x1s by fs. So only from this equation that is not possible, because in this case the variable x2 is here. So somehow we have to eliminate the variable x2. So now we are writing the equation for the node point x2. So there is no force connected, that's why this becomes 0. And k2 is here. So k2 is now common from x2 to x1. And now you are writing the equation of k for x2. Hence I write k2 x2 minus x1. Previously I was writing equation for x1 node, that's what I had written, k2 x1 minus x2. Now I am writing equation of k2 for x2 node, that's what I am writing k2 x2 minus x1. So this is another fundamental you have to remember. And there is a mass, so this is d2 x2t dt2 into m2. So only this drops are there, but there is no input force connected here. So this should be equal to 0. So what we find is, from here we find x2s and x1s. So if you see the next page, you will be finding the same equation I have written in the Laplace transform form. So this is d2x2t dt2, it has become s square. This is the x1 into k2, so this becomes k2 x1s, this is k2 x2s. So from here we have to separate out x1 and x2, and then we can write down x2 is equal to k2 x1 by some constant. So generally we'll be given two equations. In one equation there will be the input parameter f. Another equation there will not be any input parameter. So this is the second equation where only displacements are there. So don't blindly do the numerical, understand the theme, how we are proceeding. So there is one loop in that f is equal to something of x1, something of x2. Okay, and there is another loop, there is 0, because there is no input here, is equal to x1 and x2 relation. So from this we can find out the relationship between x2 in form of x1 or x1 in form of x2. Sometimes you can write down x1 is equal to x2 by k2 into k2 plus m2 square. So either I represent x2 in terms of x1, or I represent in terms x1 in terms of x2. Both are possible from this second equation. And now in the first equation you have to substitute this value of x2 by k2 plus m2 square. First thing, don't get scared, because all numericals are repetitive, all numericals are easy. Same type of procedure is there for every numerical. So there will be one loop with f x1 x2, there will be another loop with input 0 x1 x2. So wherever you are finding input 0 and x1 x2, from there you find relationship between x1 and x2. And wherever you want to substitute x1 as x2 or x2 as x1, do that. So from this equation I am finding x2 is equal to k2. Now this k2 divided by k2 m2 square, all this big thing you can represent as capital A, big capital A, you can represent that, or as. As you substitute at the end in the main transfer function, that is possible. Okay, so x2s is equal to a into x1s, or you can say x1 is equal to 1 by a into x2s, anything is possible. Now when you find x2 from this equation, substitute that value of x2 in the first equation. So if you are substituting this x2 is equal to a into x1s, then take x1 as common. That means this minus k2 into a goes inside. So what you can find is relationship between fs and x1s. So very easily you can find out in that case x1s by fs. So what is the procedure? From the initial loop I find relationship between x1s x2s. From the second equation I find relationship between 0 x1s and x2s. So from there I find x is equal to something of x1s. That value you substitute here. And then you are finding fs is equal to big equation into x. Then you substitute x1s by fs as we have done in the next case. So after we have substituted k2 as after we have substituted k2 or x2, so here we have substituted x2 like this. So x2 is equal to k2 x1 is by this, you have substituted here. After that we have taken x2, x2, x2. Okay, so we have done something. We have put x1 here. So we have actually substituted x1s is equal to x2s into k2 plus m2s square by k2. So you can see here x1s has been substituted. So from here x1s has been found out, and we have substituted actually x1s is equal to some of x2. Then we have taken x2 side and the ratio of x2 by fs. Sometime I can ask you x1 also. So in that you have x1 and you can find out, and this will be x1s fs. All the things are possible, and don't multiply these things because you might not be having time. So what you can do is you can do this much and leave some space below. If you get time, you multiply that and write it in this form. Otherwise, this is 4 term, this is 2 terms. So if you multiply, there will come 8 terms minus 1, so there will come 9 term. Then this k2, 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 they will cancel. So 2 terms will cancel, so 7 terms will remain. Here you are finding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 terms. So this is how the transfer is found. Main job is not so below you are finding this is a calculation rigor. So there is a rigorous calculation below. This is not what I am teaching. This you can do. You are in engineering second year, you can do it very well. So that is not the problem. Main agenda here. I tell you how to write this first equation and how to write the second equation, whatever is given below. So from this loop, okay. So first is what is given here. From there you have to find this. First thing you have to understand here, those who joined late, for them I'm just giving you a recap. There is no, so this kind of thing is a fixed wall. There is another fixed wall below. So previously what numerical I did, there was a fixed wall below. The question is whether these masses are having wheel or these masses are dragged on the desk. If there's a floor below and there is wheel, there is no extra friction. If there is a floor below and there is no, that means again you have to assume some b1 and b2 here, or b1 is given, so b2 and b3 you can assume, because in that case it will be some friction, okay, for m1 and m2. So now this is a hanging system, so it is wall here, there is no below, so force is applied onto m1. M2 is showing some displacement of x2. First, I have to draw free body diagram. So in left side, x1, 5 components are connected. Equation is written. I am finding the relationship between f, x1 and x2. Next, right side, x2 equation have to be written. Only 2 terms are there. That is m2 and k2. And k2 is actually having 2 displacements. So it will be k2 into x2 minus x1 plus m2 into d2 x2 t dt2. Likewise. So this is the equation. From here there is nothing in the left side, so you can represent either x1s in terms of x2s or x2s in terms of x1s and then substitute it here. After you are substituting, then you are finding the relationship between either x1s by fs or x2s by fs. Esha, you want to ask some doubt? Your voice is not clear. You can write the doubt, Esha. Your voice is not clear, Esha. You can type the doubt. I will answer. Anybody is having some doubt, please type it, because this voice is not clear. Esha? Okay, so I'll be waiting for your doubt. Please type it. So likewise, so this is the overall system transfer function, but more than transfer function, main thing is to write the equations. So now these equations are written. So what next we are going to do is how to convert this thing into two forms. So there are two forms. One is FV form, another is FI form. Okay, so whatever circuit is given, how to convert this thing. So students, if I'm not audible, please let me know. If I'm audible, please let me know. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Slide is visible. This whatever I'm showing.
Yes, sir.
Whatever. Okay. So now what we have to do is we have to convert this given circuit into FV analogy. That is force voltage analogy. Have you taken this diagram? Students, have you taken this diagram? So this FBD, either you can take screenshot also, it's up to you. Okay. So you have to remember, so there was M1, K1, B1. This was in parallel. So F can be substituted as, so now you have to see F, M1, K1, B1. how we can convert this thing into four stage analogy. So F is given by V. So now I'm converting a mechanical system into equivalent electrical system. I guess this time in NSEM exam, this kind of numerical will be there. That is, whatever we are converting, whatever mechanical system we are designing, converted into electrical system. First thing you have to check that whatever are the parallel things in FV analogy that comes in series. So F, M1, K1, B1, they were all in parallel. Now in this FV analogy, they come in series. So whatever was M1 that becomes L1 because we know mass becomes inductance. Okay, so here this is FV analogy of the given model. Now I will pose some OBA and I will again ask you to find out what is the transfer function of this system. And this system transfer function should be exactly similar as whatever we have found in this numerical. So this is what you have to prove. Only one numerical you do, that is first do the numerical mechanical transfer function, convert that thing into electrical, find the transfer function. So that transfer function and this transfer function should be equivalent. Then then do the mechanical system, convert it into FI analogy. That also I will show here. And whatever the circuit you do in exam, I think if you do that much, it is enough. But after you find the FV or FI analogy, like the circuit, then you are supposed to find out its transfer function as well. And you have to show that transfer function of this and transfer function of the mechanical system, they are in the same line. I will show you that. So whatever was the parallel thing, so this is how to convert. So MBK are placed as LC and R. So M is placed as L1, K1 is placed as R1, and sorry, B1 is placed as R1, and K1 is placed as 1 by C1. You can find here. So either you write C is equal to 1 by K or K is equal to 1 by C. So whatever was parallel thing there, that has become serial here. That is the first thing you have to observe. Force was also parallel with it. It has become serial here. So force has become voltage. L has become M has become L. B has become R, and C has become 1 by K, or 1 by C has become K. Anything you say is the similar. So this is the only change. C is not K. C is become 1 by K, or 1 by K becomes C. So this is the component value of the electronic things. Now you are finding that there was another component which was a link and which was a serial kind of thing between x1 and x2. So whatever was serial becomes parallel in FV, and whatever was parallel becomes serial in FV. So these four things are parallel, they have become serial. Now this thing is serial between x1 and x2. This k2 will become parallel in the FV analogy, and we know k is equal to 1 by C. So see that this k becomes 1 by C, or C2 becomes 1 by K2. It is very simple. There is nothing to worry about. M becomes L. Okay, so M in mass becomes L in inductor. B becomes R. That is whatever is the friction, that becomes resistance. And K becomes 1 by C, or C becomes 1 by K. Same thing. So as you are writing here, suppose I had given you 5. The K value I had given as 5. In that case, you have to write C as 0.2. That is, C will be 1 by 5, that is 0.2. If M was 10 there, L is 10 Henry here. If B was 5 there, R will be 5 ohm here. Okay, and if K was 5, in that case C will be 1 by 5, that is 0.2. And I'm asking you to do this because in lab also we have to do this simulations now. That is MBK system simulation we will do in lab. LRC system response, MBK system response, all these things we will do in lab. So there was a K2, K2 was in series. Now in this case, C2 becomes in parallel. And finally, L2 was in series, and this two again is becoming, say K2 was in parallel, this becomes in series. So you can see here, not K2, M2. So in this case, you are finding that these two are in series, okay, like this K2 and M2. Now what you will find is these two will become in parallel. So this is also in series. So this is the final output side. So there is no change. So M2 becomes L2 or L2 becomes M2, whatever. So what are the changes to be made? If V analogy, how to do that? So M, B, K are replaced by L, 1 by C and R. So here the parallel mechanical components come in series in FV analogy. K2 and M2 are in series. So they will come in parallel as C2 and L2. So this is not parallel. Yeah, these two are parallel. You're finding. So whatever was series in the previous circuit, whatever series in previous circuit, mechanical circuit, they become parallel in electrical circuit like this. Okay, so L2 and C2, they becomes parallel, and that's all. So the FV analogy circuit is given below. So series of K2 and M2 becomes parallel of C2 and L2 like this. And don't mistake that C becomes 1 by K. So whatever was the value of K given, you have to do 1 upon that, and that much farad will be there, the value of the capacitance. So parallel of M, B and K, it becomes series of L, C and R. The supply FT was in parallel, it becomes VT now. So likewise. And now where is the output? Output can be taken across L, output can be taken from this point also. So now what you have to do is next, you have to find out. So this circuit also you draw very fast. Write down L, C, L1, C1, R1, and then write down the C2, or you can take the screenshot, because next page when I go, this circuit will not be there with you. So please take the screenshot or draw it very fast, because next page I will be showing you how to do the modeling or how to write the loop equation for this circuit. So just take 10 seconds, draw this circuit very fast. So time starts. So this is input is VT, this is inductor L, this is capacitor C, resistor R. Okay, so they were all were 4 parallel things, they become series. Now this was another link, this was a spring which was in series, so this becomes parallel. So C2, the value was K2, now C2 will be 1 by K2, and there was another mass which was in series with the K. Okay, and that mass M2 becomes L2 now, and this component K2 and M2 in series in mechanical becomes parallel component in electrical circuit, which is called as C2 and L2. Okay, so likewise, now what I have to do next is, so I'll be giving very less time on that. You have to write down the loop equation of these 2 loops. So first loop will be correlating VT and I1T, and second loop will be finding I1T and I2T. So from the first loop I will find Vs, relationship between I1s plus or minus I2s, and from the second loop I will be finding 0 is equal to I2 and I2s plus I1s. So from the second loop again I can find out a relationship between I1s and I2s, and then I can ask you find out the transfer function. So transfer function can be I1s by Vs, or it can be I2s by Vs. Now there is a problem here. The problem is when we had been doing LCR circuit, or when we had been doing the force voltage analogy, in that case current was not the output parameter. The output parameter was charge. Okay, and we found that this I we had been substituting as I1T, we have substituted as dq1t by dt, and this I2T will be dq2t by dt. So in this case, though we will be finding I1s by V1s or I2s by V2s, but next step what you have to do is I1s is equal to SQ1s, I2ts is equal to SQ2s. So actual transfer function in this case will be between Q1s by Vs or Q2s by Vs. So that thing you have to do, not a difficult step. But initially we will do transfer function between I1s by Vs and I2s by Vs. Both are transfer function, because output parameter we define. I can tell you I1s is the output. So tell me the ratio between I1s and Vs. So that is one transfer function. Somebody will say I want the output current I2. Possible. Somebody will say across L2, suppose there is a voltage called as V2. So in exam, what kind of question the examiner will ask? Nobody knows. So somebody will say that whatever voltage is appearing between these 2 points, that is voltage across L2 or voltage across C2, that can be taken as the output voltage. So modeling means it has to be a flexible thing. Okay, so in that case, modeling, anybody can ask anything, but you should be able to answer that properly. So what is my next job is, I will validate this FV model and I will show that this is same as whatever mechanical transfer function we had found out. So VT, so initial circuit was L, C1 and R1, and you are finding that what was common between first loop and second loop, that was C2. Okay, so whenever we are writing equation of C2, there I1t minus I2t will come. Okay, and L1, C1, R1, only I1 will come. So just check what is the equation. So VT is equal to, so I will make it a little big. So VT, so first loop equation we are writing, we are finding VT is equal to, we are not writing V1t because there is only one voltage. So VT is equal to L1 di1t dt, no problem, plus 1 by C1 I1t dt, no problem, plus R1 I1t dt. Because C1, R1 and L1 all are related to the first loop. So you can find here, this is the circuit. V is directly connected to L1, C1, R1. So whatever voltage I am giving, that is creating drop across L1. So what is the voltage drop across inductor? It is L dit dt. So it is L1 di1t dt plus C1 integration of 1 by C1 integration of I1t dt. So 1 by C1 is nothing but K1, so the value will be there, plus R1 into I1t. Next, what I am writing is there is a factor of C2. Okay, so how to write the equation of C2? So it will be 1 by C2 integration of I1t minus I2t, because now you are writing the loop equation for loop 1. So loop 1 is having loop current of I1t. So whenever you are writing the equation of C2, that will be 1 by C2 into integration of I1 minus I2. So that is what I have written like this. So writing this equation is the main trick. Finding transfer function is easy. Taking the Laplace transform is easy. Only thing is finding this equation. So this is the modeling equation. So voltage is equal to L1 voltage plus C voltage plus R voltage plus voltage across C2. Now C2 is having two currents. I1 is flowing clockwise. I2 is flowing anti-clockwise. So 1 by C2 into integration of I1t minus I2t. Now why it is only single order system? So here you are finding 1 by S is coming. S is coming. Order is 0 and 1 by S, but previous case it was S square, S and S raised to 0, but in this case it is coming as S 0 and S raised to minus 1, but this is also a second order system. If you substitute this I1s as S into Q1s, so here also you can substitute that. Substitute I1s, that is current is equal to dq1t by dt, that is current is equal to differentiation of charge. Here you can substitute that, it will become a second order equation. Okay, so Vs is equal to Ls, because here this is first order differential I1s plus 1 by Cs I1s. This is integration, that's why 1 by S will come. Okay, plus R1 I1s. So there is no multiplication or division of S with respect to resistance. Then 1 by C2 into S. So this is 1 by C2 and integration becomes S. So 1 by C2 into S I1s minus 1 by C2 into S into I2s. So here what you are finding is it will be a relationship between Vs, I1s and I2s. If you want to convert this thing into standard FV form, here only you substitute I1s is equal to SQ1s, and here you substitute I2s is equal to SQ2s. In that case, we will get the transfer function in exact form, because FV analogy is the relationship between Q with respect to V. It is not I with respect to V, though we can find I with respect to V, but finally you have to show that these two systems are same. So in that case, this I, so this I have not done it here, so you do it. Wherever I is there, substitute with SQ, and you will be finding the relationship between here I2s by Vs I have found. You will be able to find out Q2s divided by Vs. So that job I'm leaving up to you. Same numerical I will ask you in the assignment, open book assignment, but there I don't want to see I want to see the transfer function between Q1s by Vs. So that will be your question. You can start solving now itself. That will be the first question of your OBA1. That is, I will give you the same circuit and I'll ask you for the mechanical system, find out what is the transfer function, both the transfer function, that is x1s by Vs and x1s by Fs and x2s by Fs, and show that electrical equivalent, that is FV analogy, that will be equal to Q1s by Vs and Q2s by Vs. That you have to prove. Okay. So second loop, whenever I am showing, you can see second loop is nothing but this voltage will be C2 into integration of I2 minus I1. So 1 by C2 into integration of I2 minus I1t plus this will be L2 into di2t dt is equal to 0. So again the same thing we are writing, L2t into di2t dt plus 1 by C2 integration of I2t minus I1t dt is equal to 0. So from here you can find out relationship between I1 is equal to I2, or you can find out I2 is equal to I1. So the same relationship will be there between Q1 and Q2 as well, because I2s can be represented as S into Q1s, I2s can be represented as S into Q2s. So whatever is the relationship between I1 and I2 you are finding here, that is I1s is equal to 1 plus L2C2 square into I2s. Same will be the relationship, that is Q1s, Q capital, Q1s is equal to 1 plus L2C2 square into Q2s. Okay, the same thing will appear for Q1 and Q2 as well. And then finally, the first equation is there. So this is the first equation, which is very big. First equation here, it is relating V I1 as well as I2. So this is the first equation. Now here you substitute I1 with respect to I2, and then club I2 together, and I2 by Vs you can find. That is one way. Or you can substitute this I2 in terms of I1, then club all I1 together and find out the ratio between I1 and Vs. So how to calculate, what to take common and other thing, you can understand it. Only the process I am telling you. Okay, so we are having two loops. First loop is the relationship between V1, I1 and I2. Second loop is the relationship between 0, I1 and I2. So from the second loop, you have to correlate I1 in terms of I2 or I2 in terms of I1, and then you have to substitute that value of I1 or I2 respectively from the second loop to the first loop. And then you substitute I as Q and substitute all the values. And finally, you have to give me two transfer functions. One is Q2s by Vs and Q1s by Vs. In the previous mechanical case, you could give me the two transfer function x2s by Vs and x1s by Vs. So all these things very neatly you have to do in the assignment first question. Next, what we are going to see is Fi analogy. Okay, so FV we have done. Next, what we are going to do is Fi analogy. So again, I'm telling you, you have to remember what was the initial circuit. So initial circuit was this was L1, and then there was B1, and there was R1. Okay, sorry, MBK. So this was MBK, and then there was another K2, and then there was M2. Likewise. Okay. Then this is called as Fi analogy, and Fi analogy and the free body diagram almost look same if you can remember. So this is the free body diagram of the first system. I asked you just draw it down. Okay, so this is the so now this M1 will be substituted as C. Okay, this K1 will be substituted as L, and B will be substituted as 1 by R or something. So that is Fi analogy. The table was given, so just check what happens. So whatever mass was there, that is substituted as capacitor here. Okay, so whenever you are doing Fi analogy, first thing is whatever was parallel in case of mechanical, the same thing will be parallel here, and whatever thing was series there, the same thing will be series. Okay, so now what we are finding is and force, whatever force was there, that will become current. Okay, so it was Ft, it becomes It. So this is the conversion rule, whatever is given. The conversion rule is given here. I'll make it a little big and just change it to 60 or 67% like this. I think it is visible. So what is the rule between Fi analogy? So whatever was my initial free body diagram of mechanical system, from there I have to do it. So if V analogy, that is force voltage analogy, parallel becomes series, series become parallel. Force current analogy, everything whatever was parallel, it will remain parallel. Force will become current. Okay, so ekdam mechanically you have to do it, koi problem nahi hai. Force becomes current, so whatever was Ft, that becomes It. Whatever was M, that becomes C. So M directly becomes C. So M1 becomes C1, M2 becomes C2. Now the output equation in that case, previous case, was I. So I had represented in terms of I, but actual output in FV analogy is SQS. So I is equal to SQS. In this case, I am writing it as V, but V is equal to SFS. Okay, or S phi S, not SFS, S phi S. If you remember that, so I asked you to check the notes previously. I have added a lot of notes afterwards, so please check the day we have done it. See what is the Fi analogy. So in Fi analogy, the changes was the input force was converted to current, mechanical mass was equal to capacitor, and whatever was L, okay, sorry, whatever was the K, that is spring constant, that has become 1 by L. Okay, so spring has become 1 by L, and whatever was the resistance, that has become 1 by R. And these are all parallel. Okay, so whatever value of R you write, so there if the friction was 5 unit, now this R will be 1 by 5. That means this R value will be 0.2. Remember, these are very important thing and confusing thing. Whatever was the value of K in that case, suppose K was equal to 20, okay, or K was equal to 100, let's say, the spring constant was equal to 100. So how much will be the value of L here? L will be 0.01, because L in FI analogy you have to substitute as 1 by K. As K was 100, this L will be 0.01 or 10 millihenry. If the mass was is equal to 5 unit there, here it will be 5 farad. So this is the conversion of Fi analogy. Parallel will be parallel, series will be series. F becomes I, M becomes C, K becomes 1 by L, or L becomes 1 by K, whatever it is. R becomes 1 by B. So if the B was there 10 unit, R will be 0.1, and here again L. Okay, so there was another link here. There was another spring there, which was the series link between X1 and X2. So X1 there it should become phi 1, though I have written V1, but this is actually S phi 1 or phi 1 d phi 1 t dt. Okay, likewise, or this V1s will be S phi 1s, this V2s will be S phi 2s, so that you can do. So like you are finding the relationship between I and Q, here also you have to find the relationship between V and phi, because what is the relationship between V and phi? Voltage is equal to d phi dt, that is Faraday's law. Okay, and Q is equal to, sorry, I is equal to dq dt, that is Coulomb's law. Okay, so rate of change of current is rate of change of charge is equal to current. I'm sorry, rate of change of charge is equal to current. Okay, so I is equal to dq dt. That you have to do, use that analogy in FV. In Fi you have to use V is equal to d phi dt, that is Faraday's law. So everything is using some physical principles. Okay, so modeling is nothing but applying physical principles to define any circuit or any system. Likewise. Okay, so this is V1t. Somebody, if you want further simplification, you can write this as d phi 1 t dt. This is d phi 2 t dt. Or V1s will be S phi 1s. V1s will be S phi 1s, and V2s will be S phi 2s. So you can substitute voltage as flux in the next, whenever we are finding the next equations. I will show you in my next diagram. You can do that. Okay, so Fi analogy, just F is I, M is C, B is 1 by R, K is 1 by L, X2 becomes phi. Okay, so X becomes phi. That is very important. Here I have written V1, V2, but it should be converted to phi 1, phi 2. Parallel and series in mechanical system stays as parallel and series in equivalent electrical system as well. Okay, so big changes, these two. K becomes 1 by L and B becomes 1 by R. Okay, so in R, if you have to write, you have to write as 1 by B. L you have to write as 1 by K. C becomes same as M. F becomes same as IT. Likewise. Now the same free body diagram we have to convert into equivalent Fi analogy, and how to do that. So let us see this equation again. So there are 4 arms in the circuit. You can find here there are 4 arms. Okay, so one arm is I'll show you here only. So this is the input IT, then there is M1, then there is L1, then there is R1, and this is a series arm which is in parallel. Okay, so this is a series arm which is in parallel, and writing the equation here becomes much more easy. Okay, so this is F becomes I, M becomes C1, L becomes 1 by K1, R becomes 1 by B1, and this two things, whatever was the spring and mass, this was series. Here also they will be in series, and these two will form another parallel arm. So not 4, there are 5 things. There are 5 arms. First one is the I, second one is the LRC, and last one is the L and C in series. They are in parallel. So I will write actually the 4 current equation. So all those 4 current equation is equal to the input current I1. So I will show you again what I am actually meaning. So I'll just reduce this. So you can see that this node, at this node there are actually 5 currents. One is the input current. So this node, this node is actually same as this node. Okay, so all these 3 points are same points. So 1 current, 2 current, 3 current, and 4 current. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 currents. So this is the first current. Capacitor is the second current. Inductor is the third current. This resistive is the 4th current, and this is LC. So 5 currents are coming and getting added at this node, whatever is here given by V1t. So one will be the input current, and all other remaining will be the output current. So I have to write the equation of 5 currents that I am writing in the next page. So here I have to increase the page size a bit, 129 likewise. I'm sorry, 130% likewise. Okay, so see that they have written IT, that means total current is coming C dV1T dt. So this is the current flowing through capacitance C V1T dt 1 by L1. Okay, so whatever was 1 by K, that has become 1 by L1 integration of V1T plus V1 by R. So just go to the previous page, you are finding this one. So IT is coming. Now this current, okay, so how much is the current through a capacitance? This is the formula. Generally we write capacitance voltage in as 1 by C integration of IT dt. Same thing, you take differentiation in both the sides, you will be finding that IC is equal to C dVCT dt. The same thing I'm writing here, that is IT is equal to C VCT dt. This is the current flowing through the capacitor. How much is the current flowing through inductor? So inductor is, what is the value of inductor here? You can check, the value of inductor is L1. So here you have to write that 1 by L1 into integration of V1T dt. Why V1T? Because V1T is the node voltage. So exactly at this point the voltage is V1T. So whatever you are writing here, this is 1 by L1 integration of V1T dt plus V1T by R. So you are finding that this is another arm. So resistance is another arm. So here the voltage is V and the current is coming to the ground. Okay, so this is the not super node. This is the reference node. So V1T by R is the current flowing through the resistance. So you are finding here, so V1T by R. So this point was no problem. Then what you are finding is 1 by L. So in this case, there will be, in this case, there are actually two things. So one is this V1T can be given as voltage across L2 plus voltage across C2. So how that thing is modeled. So find out this 1 by L2 is equal to V1T minus V2T. And what is V1T and what is V2T? That is nothing but the inductive current. So you are finding that V1T minus V2T. V1T minus V2T is nothing but the current flowing through this branch. Okay, so current flowing through this branches, or you could say that V1T minus 0 divided by this impedance. So anything you could do. So V1 minus V2 divided by this impedance is nothing but the current flowing through this branch. So that's why in modeling there can be many answers. Okay, so whatever you are finding V1T minus V2T, that is nothing but the voltage drop across the inductor and divided by the inductive impedance. So exactly this is the way I'm finding. So 1 by the way you have written in mechanical. Okay, the same thing I have represented here. So it was K into the distance between, so dx1 dt minus dx2 dt, something like that was there. Here it is 1 by L2 integration of v1t minus v2t. So here what we are finding is, here there are three terms. The terms are v1, v2 and I. All these three terms are there. So if you are taking the Laplace transform both sides, and if you are separating out the I1 and I2, so what you are finding is 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 equal to something of phi1s and something of phi2s. So we have substituted V1s as S phi1s, V2 as S phi2s. So you are finding Is is equal to something of phi1s into something of phi2s. All these things we are finding. Now final equation we could find the relationship between I1s and phi1s and phi2s like this. So from here, whatever we are finding, okay, so whatever we are finding here, this voltage plus this voltage plus this voltage, they all are equal to 0. So from there you can find out the relationship between phi1s and phi2s, and this is Is. So what you are finding is 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 equal to everything in terms of phi1s, phi2s, and do some little jugglery, do some little analysis, and you will be able to find out two transfer functions. So this will be your job. I'm leaving up to you. I want the transfer function between phi1s by Is and phi2s by Is. So this will be your job. I will tweak the numerical little bit. So exactly the same numerical I will not ask. I might give you the values of MBK, and I can ask you to find out the transfer function. Okay, so this will be your first numerical in your open book assignment. So a very big numerical, and everything related to mechanical system modeling is explained here. So first job is to write the draw the free body diagram of mechanical system, and then convert this thing into equivalent FV analogy, and then write down to FI analogy. Generally in exam they will not ask you to write again the equations of FV circuit or FI circuit. So in exam what generally they do ask is draw this circuit, draw this free body diagram, find the transfer function of mechanical system, and then draw the equivalent FV circuit, and stop there. Okay, again, this FV circuit analysis generally they don't ask. Or another way they can ask is, I'll give you this circuit, I will ask you to draw the free body diagram, then I'll ask you to convert it to into equivalent FV circuit, and then I'll ask you to do the analysis of this FV circuit. So only one analysis is asked for 10 marks, not two analysis. So there, here I have done the analysis for MBK system also, and then I have converted them to FV. Again, I have done analysis for LCR circuit. Okay, this is generally not asked. How can you find the transfer function of this LCR circuit? I'm giving you a short clue. Whatever you have found here, okay, whatever you have found here, just substitute the values of M with L, substitute the values of B with R, and substitute the value of K with 1 by C. Then you are going to get the transfer function of the FV analogy. That means what will be the transfer function? This will be phi or I2s by sorry, not I2s, this will be Q2s by Vs. What I'm telling you is, how can you convert this transfer function directly into the FV analogy transfer function? Okay, you can convert the circuit, it's okay, and after that you are finding the transfer function stepwise. Don't do that. Directly you substitute all the values here. Okay, so x2 is the output, so instead of x2 you write down there as q2s, because whatever is the displacement here, there it is charged, so you can write down q2s by vs is equal to 1 by instead of m1 m2 you can write down l1 l2. Okay, s raised to 4. In case of k2, in case of k2 you can write down 1 by c2. Okay, because k is 1 by c, so k 1 by c2, plus instead of m2 you can write down l2, b1 you can write down as r1, s cube will remain as s cube, and here instead of k2 again you can write down as 1 by c2, plus 1 plus k1 by k2, so this will become c2 by c1, multiplied by m2 will become l2 into s square, plus m1 will become l1 s square, plus b1 will become r1 s, plus k1 will become 1 by c1. I think you have understood. So in case of M you write down L, in case of B you write down R, in case of K you write down 1 by C, and that will give you the transfer function in FV domain, and in case of X2 you write down Q2, in case of Fs you write down Vs. That's all. Okay, so what question can be asked? That I will give you a circuit like this. Okay, then you have to draw the free body diagram, then you have to find out loop equations, so that is the main trick, how to write down the loop equation. Then you have to take into Laplace domain, substitute x1 as x2, x2 as x1, find out the transfer function, that is x2s by fs, find out this transfer function, there you substitute fv analogy wala analogy, that is m is equal to l, b is equal to r, c is equal to 1 by k, or k is equal to 1 by c, and then x is equal to q, and f is equal to v, and you are finding the transfer function of the circuit. And next, draw the circuit. Wherever parallel components are there, that will become series. Wherever series components are there, that will become parallel. And wherever the x is there, that will become q. Wherever v is there, that will become f. F is there, that will become v. That's all. Same thing can be done in case of phi analogy as well. So this was the first numerical, and actually I am not doing all the numericals separately. I am telling you the generalized rule how to proceed. Okay, now I will go